I think many people in my ward, it happened here where I live, believe that I overreacted to this brother and that I was indeed projecting my own trauma onto a man who hadn't done anything. What they didn't know is my history and my struggle to hold on to my testimony in the face of learning some disturbing facts about what looked to me as sexual predation by Joseph Smith, because it was an echo of my first husband. Of course, I could not stay confined to church materials because when is the church going to write about this? I looked at all the shit they had. I researched on scriptures.byu.edu as far back as I could, trying to find something, anything. Then I read this book, The Sins of Brother Curtis by Lisa Davis. This book gets into the guts of the legal cases that the church has had about sexual abuse in the actual courtroom. And the church in this book was unrecognizable from the one over the podium. In the case of Frank Curtis, one of the major arguments that the church's lawyers made was that Frank Curtis's abuse had happened while he was serving as a minister. And they tied this to the right to practice their religion. I may make another TikTok with some of these quotes. Therefore, it is my theory that the church, by legal counsel, has changed the home teaching and visiting teaching programs to be called ministering, so that they are covered under the same cloak as any other cleric. Every member a missionary, well, every member a minister. So that if your home teacher or visit teacher says something untoward towards your child, when the church takes your ass to court like it took Tom Stallings and many other people in West Virginia to court and fought them because their children had been abused, the church will now be able to argue, it's covered. You can't go after us. This was one of our ministers. There's still some time left, so pause to read. To attempt to train butchers, bakers, doctors, lawyers, accountants, farmers, etc., all of whom can serve as a bishop, to be experts in dealing with the emotional, psychological, and legal complexities that any instance of abuse presents would be an exercise in futility. This is what the church told the courts. It is not what the church tells the members. Quite the opposite. From page 233, Kilmer, the church's lawyer, was working on getting this whole question of what Foster knew or didn't know, Bishop Foster, into the protected territory of the relationship between a bishop and his ward members. You bet your motherfucking ass I believe that's what the church did this for.